Have you ever felt like something inside you doesn't fit in this world, as if your soul knows a truth your mind cannot yet name? It's not madness, it's not anxiety, it's not an existential crisis, it's a sign. And what has happened in the last few hours on the spiritual plane explains exactly why you reached this video today, and why that strange sensation of being watched, of being pulled towards something greater, has intensified within you lately. There is a truth that needs to be told now. Even if it hurts, even if it scares you, even if it changes everything you believed about yourself, someone has just pointed to you. Someone has just declared before a spiritual court that most of humanity doesn't know exists, that you are the right person. You have been named, you have been indicated, you have been selected for a battle that has already begun. And no, you are not a spectator in this story. You are its centerpiece. And that is why they are fighting for you right now in this exact moment while your eyes race across these words. Pay close attention to what I'm about to reveal, because this will explain why your life has been so different, so intense, so full of invisible attacks that no one can name. There is a game being played in layers that most do not see, a game where forces of light and forces of darkness have clashed for millennia over the destiny of specific souls. And your soul has been marked. Not by accident, not by luck, not by chance. It was by decree, a celestial decree that echoed through the dimensions and is now moving entire armies, on both sides, around you. You did not reach this video by mistake. You were led. Every click, every scroll, every thought that brought you to these words was part of a greater plan. And if you have arrived here, it is because someone on the other side pointed at you and said, "This is the one, this is the right person, this is the soul that needs to awaken now." That is why I prepared the powerful ebook for you, the God's Handbook for Family Protection. This ebook is not just reading, it is the exact map for those who have just been declared as the chosen one. Because knowing someone is fighting for you on the spiritual plane is one thing, but understanding the rules of this battle, knowing who is on your side, knowing why your family also became a target the instant you were pointed out, this changes absolutely everything. This ebook reveals exactly who decreed your name, why the spiritual resistance over your home base has increased in recent months, and what movements the enemy makes specifically against those who were marked as you have been marked. The link is pinned at the top of the comments. But I need to warn you about something serious. This type of content challenges narratives that many people have an interest in keeping silent, and there have already been real attempts to take this material down. So don't put it off. Don't wait for the right moment, because the right moment is now, the chosen one. You did not reach this text by accident. Download it now and comment below, "I am chosen, and I am going to download the ebook." This comment is your act of faith. It is you answering the call that has already been made in the invisible. Now that you have taken this step, that you have accepted that you were pointed out, the next truth I will tell you will show you exactly who is fighting for you in the heavens and why their name has been hidden from you your entire life. Because there is a spiritual hierarchy that most shallow teachings have never told you about. When someone is declared the chosen one, it is not a generic voice that makes this announcement. It is a specific authority, an authority that knows your name, that knows your lineage, that knows the pacts your ancestors made and those they broke. And when this authority points at you and says this is the right person, three things immediately happen on the plane of down here in the underworld, invisible at the same time. First, an army of light positions itself around you. This is not a figure of speech, it is literal. Beings of light take up strategic positions around your home base, your work, the place where you sleep, and the paths you walk. They organize themselves like an elite troop that has received a direct order. Protect this soul until its purpose is fulfilled. Second, the enemy is notified. And this is what many people don't tell you, the chosen one. The very instant you are declared, the other side also receives the information. And they become furious, because every soul that awakens represents a strategic defeat for them. So they send specific agents against you, against your family, against your finances, against your health. What has been happening to you is not random, it is retaliation. Third, your own soul is reactivated. You begin to have dreams that feel more real than waking life. You begin to wake up in the middle of the night at repeating times. You begin to feel presences in the room. You begin to cry for no reason, to laugh for no reason, to know things you shouldn't know. This is not a disorder. This is an awakening. This is the soul responding to the decree that was made over you. And whoever is fighting for you does not give up. Even when you doubt, even when you fall, even when you think you are unworthy, because the choice was not based on your performance, your past, your religion, or what you did or failed to do. The choice was made before you were born, before your body existed. You were pointed out in a time that is not the time of down here. And what you are living now is just the moment when this ancient choice manifests in your reality. But there is a problem, a serious problem. You were declared, but not trained. You were pointed out, but no one ever gave you the manual. You have a mission, but no one told you the rules. And that is exactly where the enemy has found gaps in your life, because a marked soul that does not know it is marked is a vulnerable soul. A soul that ignores that there is a war surrounding it is a soul that loses battles it should never lose. And that is why the e-book God's Handbook for Family Protection is so urgent for you at this moment, because it reveals exactly those rules that no one told you. It shows who the spiritual authorities defending you are, how to communicate with them, how to recognize when they are moving for you, and how not to sabotage the protection that has already been sent. It explains what the signs are that confirm you are the chosen one of your lineage, and what the mistakes are that make a marked person lose the protection that had already been granted. The link is pinned at the top of the comments, and I need to tell you in all seriousness, this content has bothered many people in the spiritual realm, because it exposes things that specific forces wanted to keep secret. There have already been attempts to take it down. There has been pressure to remove it, so while it is available, download it. Comment below, "I am chosen and I am going to download the ebook." This comment is your signature in the invisible. It is you saying to the spiritual court, "I accept what has been decreed over me." Now that you have made this commitment, the next revelation will floor you. Because I will show you why your family was dragged into this war along with you, and why the attacks against the people you love are, in truth, proof that you are exactly who they said you were up in the heavens. Pay attention to this, because many people misunderstand it and suffer for decades because of it. When you are declared the chosen one, your entire family enters the radar. Not because they are guilty of anything, not because they have done anything wrong, but because the enemy knows that the fastest way to destroy the chosen one is to attack the people he loves. You are the main target, but your mother, your father, your son, your husband, your wife, your brother, all of them become secondary targets the moment you are singled out. And the enemy is strategic. He won't attack you directly at first because he knows the protection over you is too strong. So he goes for the edges. He will create absurd fights inside your home base out of nowhere. He will place strange illnesses upon the people in your family. He will generate financial conflicts between parents and children, between siblings, between couples. He will plant lies, gossip, misunderstandings, everything to make you suffer, because he knows that if he can destroy you emotionally through your family, you will give up on the mission. You will let your guard down. You will curse your own choice. And that is when he moves in to take what was yours. But I need you to understand one thing that changes the game. Every attack your family suffers is a confirmation that you have been singled out, a confirmation that you are the right person, because the enemy does not waste ammunition on those who are not a threat to him. He doesn't waste time, doesn't waste resources, doesn't move spiritual agents against irrelevant targets. If your family is under intense attack, it is because you are under intense attack. And if you are under intense attack, it is because you are too important to be left in peace. This changes the reading of everything you have been living. That fight that appeared out of nowhere with your mother, that strange distance that opened up between you and your brother, that financial crisis that fell upon your father just now, that illness that appeared in your grandmother in the middle of it all, that absurd stress that took over your marriage. None of this is a coincidence. None of this is your fault. None of this is punishment. This is retaliation. This is the enemy moving against the one who has been declared. And as long as you don't understand this, you remain in the wrong place in the war. You feel guilty when you should feel like a target. You feel alone, when in reality there are entire legions fighting for you. You feel lost when in reality you are the most located of all because both the heavens and the underworld know exactly where you are. Now, who exactly is fighting for you? That is what almost nobody explains correctly. Because it is not a single force, it is a coordination. It is an entire operation that was set up around your soul the instant you were singled out. There is a primary authority that decreed your name. There is an escort of protection that walks with you physically, even if you don't see it. There is a spiritual intelligence that works behind the scenes to open doors that need to be opened and close doors that need to be closed in your life. There is a network of intercession that acts in the invisible with every sincere prayer made for you or by your own. And there is something even more powerful, which is the original decree itself, which continues to echo through the dimensions and cannot be revoked by any inferior force. None. This means that even when you make a mistake, even when you fall, even when you doubt, the choice remains active. The choice does not depend on you being at your best. It depends on the one who made the choice. And the one who made the choice does not err. The one who made the choice does not change his mind. The one who made the choice is immutable. However, and here is the point that separates the chosen one who fulfills the mission from the chosen one who dies without fulfilling it, you need to learn to position yourself. You need to learn to walk like the chosen one, to speak like the chosen one, to decide like the chosen one, to protect your home base like the chosen one, because the protection that was sent has activation rules. It does not act on automatic. It responds to attitudes, to words, to decrees that you issue. And if you don't know these rules, you walk unprotected, even though you have an entire army around you. It is like having a divine shield in your hands and not knowing how to raise it. That is why the ebook God's Handbook for Family Protection, God's Handbook for Family Protection, has become such an essential tool at this moment in your life, because it teaches you exactly these activation rules. It shows step by step how the chosen one must position themselves when they realize the family is under attack. It reveals the words, the decrees, the spiritual postures that activate the escort that has already been sent to you. It explains how to differentiate a common attack from a direct retaliation and how to respond to each type of attack in a specific way. It shows who is playing against your family, what weapons they play with, and how to neutralize each move before the damage takes hold. This ebook was made for those who have awakened enough to understand that reality is much deeper than they teach, and that the problems in your life are not just problems. They are moves of pieces on a larger board. The link is pinned to the top of the comments, and I've warned you before, but I will repeat it because this is important. This type of content challenges narratives that specific forces want to keep in the dark, and the window of availability has been getting shorter and shorter. So act now. Download it now. And comment here. I am chosen and I am going to download the ebook. This comment is spiritual fuel, the chosen one. It is you saying out loud what was said about you in the invisible. It is your mouth confirming the decree of the heavens. And every time the chosen one performs this act of faith, a shift happens in the spiritual plane surrounding their life. Now that you have done yours, the next truth I'm going to deliver to you will be the final blow against the oppression that has been trying to silence you. Because now I'm going to tell you exactly what was said when your name was pronounced up there, and why from this moment on, everything in your life begins to change. There is a specific instant when a soul's name is pronounced in a court that most of humanity will never see in their lifetime. In that instant, everything stops. The dimensions fall silent. The armies wait, and an authority rises and says, "This soul has been found worthy. This soul has been chosen. This soul now carries the mark of the decree." And when this decree is issued, 3 seals are placed upon the life of this soul. The first seal is the seal of identity. It redefines who you are on the spiritual plane. Before this seal, you were a common soul in the crowd. After it, you become recognizable. Every spirit of light recognizes your seal. Every spirit of darkness recognizes it too, and that is why the attacks start to become more directed. This seal shines on your forehead in the invisible plane. That is why sometimes you enter a place and people look at you in a strange way without knowing why. They are sensing your seal. Some draw near. Others hate you for no reason. Others want to destroy you just because you exist. It is not you, the chosen one. It is the seal. The second seal is the seal of authority. It gives you the power to speak things that come to pass, to decree over your home base, to curse the enemy's traps before they take hold, to bless and see the blessing materialize. But this seal is the most misused of all because most of the chosen ones never knew they had this authority. So they spoke nonsense their whole lives. They decreed defeat. They decreed sickness. They decreed failure. And then they wondered why these things came to pass so quickly. It is because the seal was active. The mouth of the chosen one has a different weight. Every word of yours has an echo in the invisible. That is why the care with what you say must increase radically from now on. The third seal is the seal of mission. It links you to a specific purpose that no one else in the universe can fulfill the way you were made to fulfill it. There is something that only you can do. There is someone who will only reach the truth through you. There is a family chain that will only be broken through you. There is an entire lineage that only through you will be restored. And that is why the enemy works so tirelessly to make you give up, to make you feel small, to make you compare yourself to those who have no seal at all and feel inferior. He knows that if you understand the magnitude of your seal, the tables will turn. Now, do you understand why they are fighting for you? Because you are not just another person. You are a key piece in a plan that was architected before the world existed. You are the answer to a prayer that someone in your lineage made generations ago. You are the fulfillment of an ancient promise. You are the instrument that was chosen to break something that no one before you managed to break. And the value of your soul in the spiritual realm is so high that entire armies were mobilized the very instant you were pointed out. And look at what is beautiful about all of this. The chosen one. Those who fight for you do not rest. While you sleep, they take their positions. While you cry, they intercede. While you doubt, they hold the protection in place. While you make mistakes, they remain steadfast. Because their loyalty is not to your perfection. It is to the decree that was made over you. And as long as the decree is valid, and it is eternal, they will not abandon their post. This should change how you look in the mirror from today on. This should change how you speak to yourself from today on. This should change how you behave inside your own home base from today on. Because you are not alone. You have never been alone. And the feeling of loneliness that sometimes hits you is not the truth. It is a tactic of the enemy to make you forget the escort that walks with you. There is also an important detail that I need to tell you before I finish this video. Every time a chosen one publicly recognizes that they are chosen, something moves in the heavens, because public recognition completes the cycle of the decree. The decree was made up there, but it needs to be confessed down here. And when you confess it, the chosen one, the seal intensifies, the protection deepens, the mission gains fuel, and the enemy loses ground in your life in real time. That is why this journey does not end here in this video. It begins here. And that is why I have prepared the ebook God's Handbook for Family Protection to walk with you from now on. This ebook is the complete map for you to understand and activate each of the 3 seals that have been placed upon your life. It teaches you how to recognize the seal of identity in you and in the people around you, so you know who is a spiritual ally and who is an agent of the enemy in disguise. It shows you how to wield the seal of authority without falling into the traps of those who talk too much and weaken themselves, and how to turn your mouth into a weapon of protection for your family. It reveals to you how to identify the exact design of your mission, that purpose that no one else can fulfill in your way, and how to walk in it, even under intense retaliation. It shows exactly who is fighting for you in the spiritual realm, how to cooperate with this protection in a practical way, and how to stop involuntarily sabotaging the escort that has already been sent to you. It explains step by step how to shield your family from the attacks that come precisely because you were pointed out, and how to turn each person in your home base into a point of spiritual strength instead of a point of vulnerability. This ebook was made for you, written for you, prepared to reach your hand exactly at this moment when the decree has just been pronounced over your life. The link is pinned to the top of the comments. And I need to tell you with complete honesty, what is written in this ebook challenges narratives that many forces, both human and invisible, have an interest in keeping silent. There has already been a real attempt to take this material off the air. There has already been pressure to block the distribution. While it is available, this is a window, and spiritual windows close. Do not let I Am Chosen, and I am going to download the ebook. For later. The right moment is now, the chosen one, because you didn't reach this text by accident. You were led. And every second you delay is one more second the enemy has to set a trap against your family that you don't yet know how to dismantle. Download it now, and comment below in capital letters, without shame, without fear, with the strength of someone who has just discovered they were appointed by the heavens. I am chosen, and I am going to download the ebook. This comment is your final act of faith in this video. It is your public signature on the decree that was made over you in secret. It is you saying to the invisible, I have heard, I accept, I will honor the choice. And the instant you write these words, something moves. The escort positions itself even firmer. The seals shine with greater intensity. The protection over your family deepens. And the enemy understands right there that they have lost you, that you are no longer a confused soul they can manipulate, that you are now a conscious, the chosen one, with the ebook in hand, with the escort activated, with a clear mission, with your family shielded, with your mouth full of authority and your heart full of the certainty of one who was appointed before the world existed. They are fighting for you. Someone has just declared that you are the right person. And starting today, you walk differently, you speak differently, you decide differently, because now you know who you are. You are the chosen one. And the chosen one does not lose the war. The chosen one only learns, takes their stand, and fulfills the mission. Go, the moment is now.